What's up everybody, Anthony from Granddaddy Herps, and in this video today I'm going to show you exactly how to ship your reptiles from basically just starting out to the very end. You know, it was really hard for me to learn how to ship, all by myself. I asked a couple people, but as far as like the whole process and how everything goes, it's pretty difficult. So first things first, I use a third-party shipping company called Reptiles Express. This makes it extremely easy for anyone basically to ship their reptiles. So let's say you didn't use Reptile Express or Ship Your Reptiles or any of those other like shipping companies or whatnot. What you would have to do is you would have to go to FedEx and get certified to be able to ship reptiles directly using your name and like your business company or whatever. And what that includes is you have to basically give them a box, basically like prepared as if you were to ship an animal, and then they would test it, make sure everything's good to go before giving you the all clear and giving you the ability to start shipping reptiles. This way, with Reptile Express and all these other companies, you're basically using Reptile Express's name and their shipping information, and they're already certified and whatnot. So this makes it very easy. They take a little piece out of the profit or whatnot, but it's much easier, and this company gives pretty awesome deals on shipping, so it definitely helps me out, me being like a very small breeder. So all you basically do is, if you can see this box right here, it says from, so I'm gonna put my zip code, and I ship it directly from a shipping center, so they don't come to my house and pick it up or anything. I just drop it off right up the street, and then they do all the hard work for me. So let me just really quick, let me just Google like a New York zip. I'm in Southern California, so let me just find a random one. So I'll do, for instance, 10001. Okay. So 100. Let me make sure I click it. 10001. I have the fan on, so you guys probably hear that. It's extremely hot right now. And average baby pole pythons with a 7x7x6 shipping box, it's usually about 1 pound, so I type in 1. And then what I do to know the exact dimensions of boxes, I actually go to triplelreptile.com because they actually have a location right near my house. So I go to shipping supplies, I go all the way down. I'm moving kind of fast, guys, I know. I go to right here, and then I click on shipping materials, and you can actually order all this stuff yourself, guys. So you can order in bulk. I buy like the cloth bags in sets of 10. That usually lasts me a season or two when I'm first starting out and whatnot. But so 7x7x6. This is a pretty standard size box for a baby ball python. If you're shipping more, I wouldn't push it trying to have two snakes in there, two babies in there. So 11x11x5 can get you can get away with maybe 3 ball pythons, maybe more, but that's pushing it. So if I'm ever shipping 2 or more, I go with an 11x5. So again, back to here, I type in 7x7x6. I think that's what it was. Let me go back to here. 7x7x6, because I'm doing this box. Okay. And then you just hit go. And I'm already registered through all them. I already got the okay emails and whatnot. So basically, it'll break down the type of shipping. So I always do priority overnight. I mean, that's what you should do if you want your animal to arrive safely. My shipping center, their latest call for pickup is 5:30, or for drop off is 5:30. So I drop it off like right at around 5:15, and then they'll deliver it to whoever I'm shipping to their door by 10:30 a.m. So it says here's my price. That's the standard rate. I get discounts because I ship through them, whatnot. And honestly, what I typically do to help out on like PayPal fees, just kind of giving away my little secret. I usually charge everybody the normal rate, because PayPal takes 2.9% plus 30 cents, and especially if people are doing payment plans, it's going to cost me an additional 30 cents every time they send me a payment. So that kind of makes us both meet in the middle, but I always discount or round down my shipping anyway. So, all in all, you know, I price my animals to where, you know, I'm selling them cheap enough to where everyone's happy in the end, so we're all good. Then you hit book your shipment, and then what that'll do is I already have all my information saved. So I type in FedEx Ship Center, you click that, and then I type in 92008, that's where I live, and it says the closest one is this location. So then I just plug in all my personal information, but it uses that shipping address, and then all the information of who I'm sending it to, and then, you know, you put the ship date, and it'll calculate, you know, all that stuff. It'll create the shipping label based off of this information here and all that information. So again, it's 7 by 7 by 6, it's 1 pound. The description is where I would put, like, for instance, like, let's say a bumblebee. Okay, reference number, I give my customers receipts, I always put the receipt number right here. And then this is for any special directions, I don't use any of that stuff. Then I hit continue, and then you pay for it. So again, the shipping was like 48 something, whatever. You hit continue, and then you're done, and then it emails you the shipping label, and then you just print out that shipping label, and then you're basically all set. Okay, so now I'm going to take you over, you know, we're going to cut the video here, I'm going to take you over to the box and basically how to package the animals. Alright guys, so the next part of the video is going to be me actually, like, you know, bagging up the snakes and packaging them up and getting them ready to take to FedEx. So like I was mentioning, I keep receipts, or I give receipts and I keep receipts. These are all just some snakes I've sold this year, but you know, I give everyone a receipt, I fill out their information. That's the number I use. Remember what I said with that tracking thingamajigger that was on the Reptile Express website? These things are really cheap, awesome, good way to keep a track of, you know, how you did throughout the year. But yeah, so there's that. So what's also nice is I keep all these things that come in the mail. For one, they're good for bedding for the snake racks, and they're good for shipping. So I'll start with the small box first, just to give you guys an idea. Of course, here's some supplies that we're going to use for shipping. I already have the receipts printed out, so let me take the receipt out. Just, I don't want you guys to see that, because it has all the buyer's information. I already pretty much got these boxes, like, kind of somewhat ready. I get excited with shipping and whatnot, so I kind of get the boxes ready to go beforehand. You can see I balled up a bunch of newspaper in there. So the first one going today, let me get him. Shipping out 3 snakes today. I always like to give them a bath before I ship them. Make sure that they're well hydrated a couple of days before. So this little guy is going to his new home today. I'm gonna miss him. Really love how this one came out. Awesome. So what I like to do is, in the snake bag, I get one little paper towel, and I learned this just from receiving some animals over the years. Sometimes with the whole hydrating them the days before, it gets their stomachs all loosened up, and a lot of times they'll poop in transit. So just make sure the snake is nice and secure in there, and then get these bad boys, pulling it really tight, and then make sure it's nice and sealed. A lot of people have different methods on how they do this part here. All I do is I just get a piece of tape and I just tape it shut. Works for me. Animal doesn't get out. That way the person that unboxes it doesn't have to go through the whole untying and the whole knots and whatnot. So just make a little knot up here, stick it here, roll it, pat it, put it in the oven, just plain. Okay, just one little good one like that. Make sure it's nice and tight and together, just like that. So that'll hold it. And just as an extra, you know, just a little knot, like that. Awesome, cool. So that's all put together. Now this is kind of the part that's not too fun, but you just got to make sure you get it in a spot where it's not crammed. So, and that it's going to have some room to be able to move. So just like that, right in the middle. And what I like to do too, some people don't do this, but I make sure I poke a good, you know, BB size hole all the way through, just in case. Because sometimes these boxes are pretty sealed up, and I know they're insulated, but you know, you never know. Just a little bit to where a little bit of air can get in. And then just, it's pretty much the close to the end of summer, so the temperatures right now are real perfect. I don't need a cooling pack, I don't need a heat pack. Of course, if we're getting closer to the winter months, I would add a heat pack, and I would probably ship in a box that's just a little bit bigger, just so that the heat pack isn't extremely close to the snake, and you know, it can't escape that heat. So just a little bit on top, and I'm gonna just do one more just for security. But with that insulation that's in there, I mean, it acts as a sponge for the snake. So I mean, these guys are pretty sturdy animals. I mean, you could pretty much kick this box around and nothing's gonna happen. So I like to stick this back on top, okay, and then stick the receipt face down. I usually have it face up, so we'll put it face up, get you guys off camera while I do that. Just double checking before I seal it that I have the right receipt, I have the right snake, and I have the right you know, shipping information. So there we go. So everything's in there the way I need it. And tape however you feel necessary. I sometimes do a little overkill on the tape because I want to make sure, like, these boxes are really strong and they flex kind of weird. So I do extra tape just to make sure that they don't accidentally like open up. So stick this here like this. Make sure that's nice and sealed, and then what I'll do is, you know, I'll tape across here, I'll tape across here, and then now is the time where I put my shipping label on. So let me hide his information, but yeah. So what I would do with this is just tape it right here, so that when FedEx gets it, they just scan that barcode, and then they're all good to go. So that's pretty much it. You know, I'm gonna cut the video and I'll cut back in once I have my boxes all set up, and then I'll give you guys one last clip of, you know, the FedEx ship center, and you know, we'll be done. Alright guys, so we got our 2 packages ready to go. Got 2 snakes in the bottom one and 1 snake in the top. So let's go drive over to FedEx and drop them off. What's up everybody? Kind of a weird, in my face, awkward angle, but GoPro wasn't charged, so I'm kind of holding it in my hand while driving. But wanted to do a little vlog style just real quick on the way to FedEx. But I just want to talk about something as far as, like, it's so bittersweet when you know, you sell an animal and you're on your way to take it to, you know, the shipping center, or however you guys ship. But you know, it's like, I'm excited to sell the animals by all means, because that means, you know, money's coming in to be able to fund, you know, the collection and the projects. At the same time, it's kind of like, again, bittersweet, where it's like, it sucks to see the animals go, because, you know, you hatch them, you know, you kind of start to bond with them a little bit, you know, and I'm basically selling the pastel calico, which I absolutely loved, and I wanted to keep it, but it just, again, moving forward in my projects, it just didn't make sense. So you know, I was bummed out. Same thing with the lesser female. I really liked her, you know, and you know, everything, even the pewter, the cinnamon pewter, but it's nice to know that, you know, people want them and people appreciate them as much as you do. You know, after talking to the people that I'm selling to, you know, it wasn't just like, you know, they hit the buy button and, you know, no contact whatsoever with me, and now they're getting their snakes in the mail. No, it's like, you know, we communicated, we talked, you know, over the course of, you know, a few weeks on both of them. You know, and then, you know, we got off topic off of the sales of my animals. We started talking about other things and future projects we want to do. So it's really cool to, you know, the experience all together. It's amazing. And, you know, where I was like 2-3 years ago, if you look at the beginning of my channel and where I'm at now, it's just like, you know, I get people that in a sense almost treat me like a celebrity. It's kind of weird. People get excited when I respond to them or I reply to them in a comment. They're like, oh my gosh, you replied. Or like I get messages on Facebook all the time like, oh, I just started watching your channel, you know, nice to meet you, keep up the great work. And it's just like it keeps happening. So it's making this experience a lot more fun and a lot more exciting. I had a video about a year ago where, you know, I was saying like I was getting bored with the hobby because, like, especially with my collection, it just kind of was at a standstill, wasn't really going anywhere. But now, just over this last year, it just kind of gave me that boost of like confidence and the boost of animals in my collection. So it's just like, it's making it so much more fun moving forward. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to talk about that topic of how bittersweet it is, and I know a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. All of you guys that I follow on your channels and whatnot, you guys know exactly what I'm going through. Where it's like, you know, it sucks to see him go, but you're happy at the same time because you know you have more projects coming up, and you know, you got to make room for them. You guys hear that swishy sound? I drive a Subaru WRX. It's turboed, and watch, listen. Oh, love that shit. Excuse my language. But yeah, guys, update you guys once we drop off the snakes. Peace. Here we are, guys. FedEx. These bastards had a side entrance that I would always take because it takes you right there, and they paved it and added more parking, so I had to go bust a big U-turn. But yeah. All right, just dropped off the 2 packages. I'm gonna start preaching again. So this FedEx ship center, basically they were somewhat busy. I wouldn't say extremely busy, but you can tell the employees were very stressed out, or one of them was. And you know, the guy's like, oh, you can drop off the packages, and I'm like, no problem. I was like, but I'm gonna wait for a receipt. And then, so I don't know if that irritated him or whatnot, but his little scanner wasn't working too well. And then when he finally got it to work, he got the receipt to print, and he just put it between his 2 fingers and just stuck it out like that, but was trying to do something at the same time. And then I took the receipt and I was, thank you so much, I appreciate it, you have a great day. And he didn't say anything. Guys, don't ever sell yourself short. You know, be happy you have a job. You know, and I'm sure he's got a pretty solid job working for FedEx. I mean, I'm sure he's not making the most money in the world, but he's got a decent job. There's a lot of people out there flipping burgers for minimum wage, and, you know, just be happy. You never know what opportunity might walk through the door. You know, I work at a bank. My job is specializing in customer service. You know how many job opportunities are thrown at me just because people like me? So don't ever sell yourself short. Be happy with, you know, the job that you have, even if it is flipping burgers. You know, that's just, everything's a stepping stone to get to somewhere else. So keep that in mind. Preach into the choir. Peace.